Yo, what's up? So today I'm gonna try something a little different. I'm gonna do like a little Bible study, and I might start doing this more recently, like every Tuesday or something like that. But today we're gonna talk about temptation, and I want to pull from my Bible. 1 Corinthians 10:13 says, "The temptations in your life are no different from what others experience, and God is faithful. He will not allow the temptation to be more than you can stand. When you are tempted, He will show you a way out so that you can endure." So, everybody in life deals with temptation, obvious. And this is just something that everybody's got to deal with. When you come upon these things, such as temptation, no matter what it is, whatever you're tempted with, every day we're tempted. And a lot of people think that, it's just impossible. Temptation's too strong, the urge is too strong, I'm weak, I'm not good enough. Well, right here in 1 Corinthians, it says, God will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you can handle. So right there, you already know. God's already telling you, you can handle it. He's already won it for you. He's already won it for you. The temptation that comes up against you, that the devil tempts you with, God already knows you can beat it. He is faithful to show a way out every time. That's what it just said. So yeah, there's no temptation in your life that you cannot handle. It might be hard. I'm not saying it's not gonna be hard. Trust me, I know it's hard. But you can handle it and you can beat it because God told you you can. See, what we like to do is we like to listen to what the enemy says, you know what I'm saying? The enemy tells us, oh, just do a little bit of that, just do a little bit of this, it'll be cool, it'll be great. And you do it, and then what does he tell you? He tells you, oh, you're evil, you're disgusting, you're terrible, God will never love you, all that kind of stuff. See, he plays mind games, and we fall into these mind games all the time. But God says, He is faithful and will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you can handle. So none of this stuff that the devil's tempting you with that you don't need to be doing, especially if you've already been convicted of it, that you don't need to be doing, but you feel like you keep falling back in, you already know you can beat it. God already knows you can beat it. Everybody does, because it says it right here in the Bible. But yeah, so don't worry about thinking that you can't beat it, because you can. You can't listen to what the others got to say and what the enemy's got to say. You got to listen to what God says. And don't stress about it, because honestly, that's the worst thing. Because we already know that God is faithful. He will give us a way out. And if we trust in that and believe in that, then we'll never have to worry about temptation. Like, obviously, we're going to fall, because we're not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'll fall. But no matter what it is, no matter what it is, trust and be faithful to God that, He will provide a way out, because He always does. Whether you take it or not, He always does. And sometimes you just got to know that whatever you're going up against might be tough. A lot of people want the easy way and don't want to actually endure through hardship or nothing like that. Sometimes you're just going to have to accept that it's going to be tough, and you're just going to have to thug it out. And trust in God that, what He says is for your best, because these things that we fall that we're tempted with are pleasurable for a very small amount of time, and then what happens right after? We feel terrible. If you're convicted of it. If you're not, that's a different story. If you're convicted of it and you already know that it's bad and you shouldn't be doing it, you feel terrible. And you're like beating yourself. You're like, oh, why did I do that? And you can't beat yourself up about it, because we're all gonna fall. But Yeah, you can't beat yourself up by it because we're all going to fall. And when we fall, the thing you don't want to do is you don't want to just listen to the enemy and just repeatedly fall back into sin, thinking that you have to, you know what I'm saying? Well, I did it once, so, I mean, one more time is not going to be that bad. That's a lie, bro. That's a lie. It's just as bad as the first time. It's just as bad as the last time. Just as bad as the 100th time. Like, it doesn't really matter. Whatever... Sorry, it's a bug on me. Whatever God says is right, is right. Whatever God says is wrong. It's that simple. So, yeah, just trust in God, because, you know, it might be hard, and it might really be hard. Like, you may not know any other way to get out of it than to just yell Jesus, like, honestly, or run, like, you know what I'm saying? Lord says flee from temptation. But yeah, just know that whatever you're going through, you know, when you come out of it on the other side, you know, God's got plans for you, and you can't ever grow if you're not put under pressure. You know, pressure creates diamonds. So, yeah. And when and if you do fall, don't let it spiral down into like a repetitive state of sin where you're just like, okay, you know, we're back in it, whatever. That wasn't that bad. I did it once, do it again. Don't let that become the norm, because once you become desensitized to your sin, it's hard to really feel that sensitivity on it again and feel God's conviction, because a lot of the times, you know, we'll block it out by just continuing to do it. Personally, for me, that was me with secular music for a while. I wasn't true to my convictions, and I stopped listening to it for like a year, and then I went back to it and just like didn't stop. And a lot of this stuff we think isn't that bad, but when you're trying to, you know, speak for God and be a voice for God and all this kind of stuff, you just don't want your mind on these kind of things. You know, it takes away from thinking about God. It takes time away from being in your word. I couldn't tell you the amount of songs that I know every single lyric to, but the amount of Bible verses I've memorized is a sad comparison, man. You know, so just be true to convictions, and don't let one fall, you know, put you in a spiral. But yeah, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all stay safe. God bless.